Theories on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube that will make us rethink life. Y'all make sure to add to Discord. The link is in the description down below. That's how I react to these videos. Thank you, BK, for the video.
Heliocentric model, right? Let's just say this is the sun, right? And we have all these planets going around the sun, right? Mercury is the one closest to the sun, and then Venus is going this way, and then Earth is the third rock from the sun, and then Mars, right? It takes a year to go around the sun. Takes a year. Takes 6 months to get to the sun. This is what they're telling us. Our planet is going around the sun. It's daytime on the part of Earth that's facing the sun. There's no way this side of Earth is nighttime when the sun is on the inside. Nighttime is always on the outside.
Right.
It's always on the outside.
Right.
So we're looking like, so if I'm right here.
Right.
We're looking at the nighttime.
Yeah.
And all the stars over here.
Right.
On this side of the room.
Right.
But on the other side of the sun, there's a bunch of other stars. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could only see this side of the universe.
Okay.
Right. But when in 6 months, when I'm on this side, I could only see at night. It's only night when this side is facing out. So I only could see this side of the room. All right. So we got all these stars over here that we're seeing at night.
All right.
6 months later, we're seeing all those stars, right?
Right.
And then 6 months later back, we're seeing all those stars, right? So there should be, at every 3 months or 6 months, there should be a different set of stars.
Constellation, yeah, I was telling you.
We shouldn't see the same constellation.
See the same constellation every time.
Why do we see the Big Dipper
every night?
Every night.
Yes.
Werner von Braun was Hitler's right-hand man. He was his rocket scientist, and after World War II, the United States took about 1,200 Nazi scientists, including Operation Paperclip. They took all these Nazi scientists, and they took Werner von Braun. And he's the head of NASA.
Yeah,
he directed all 6 moon missions. And when he died, he had for about a couple years before he died. And when he got during the last 4 years of his life, he hired this woman, Dr. Carol Roslin, and she was his assistant, his prepared speeches for him for 4 years. And you could go on YouTube and hear her talk about this all the time. She said that he told her they're creating enemies. They need to create enemies. There's going to be terrorists from the Middle East, and then there's going to be the threat of an asteroid. They need, according to Werner von Braun,
like a crisis.
They need a crisis. They need a reason to start a Star Wars project, like a weaponized space. And Werner von Braun told Dr. Carol Roslin, look, that she'll tell you right out of her mouth. She said that he told her over and over again, the final threat is a fake alien invasion. And it's going to be a lie. We've been hearing that a lot. He told her over and over for 4 years. Wouldn't get into detail. She said he would not explain or go into detail, but he made it really clear. On his deathbed, he made it clear to the day he died. They're just...
I mean, some people that were involved in the creation of NASA was Jack Parsons.
And what isn't he a Satanist?
A Satanist.
And what about
Walt Disney too?
Walt Disney and Werner von Braun were
Nazis.
They were boys. And that's why you go to Disneyland, and it's Space Mountain, and Disneyland was big in pushing space and getting space into
everyone's head. Guess who else had something to do with it? L. Ron Hubbard. Nobody talks about that because L. Ron Hubbard was
science fiction writer,
best friends with Jack W. Parsons, and L. Ron Hubbard banging Jack's wife, and it just caused chaos.
Throw Anton LaVey in there, the founder of the Satanic Church.
Aleister Crowley, dog, was a big friend of all
When
that.
you start putting all those characters together in the same room,
I can't wait to hear
it. Makes sense. It makes sense. That they are trying to, they're creating this infinite space. Put up Werner von Braun's tombstone.
Okay.
Dude, on his day, he was trying to tell people.
Try to
on his
spell
tombstone.
that one.
Put tombstone. He has a Bible verse. He has a Bible verse. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Werner von Braun. What does it say? Psalm what? 19:1?
19:1.
Watch, and then go read what that is. Now put up Psalm 19:1.
Oh, there it is at the bottom. Bam. Look at that.
Put
what
that
does
up.
it mean?
Put that up. Now, what does it say? What is that song?
Okay.
This is coming from the dude who faked 6 moon missions. Look at that.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sueth.
The firmament.
The firmament
sueth his handiwork. Now the firmament, that's the dome. That's what separates the heavens from earth, or the waters from above and the waters from below. That's the firmament. That's the dome. That's when flat earthers believe in a dome. They're actually talking about the firmament.
Shut up, dude.
That was on Wernher von Braun's tombstone. Get the out of here, right? Look at that,
dude. Shut up.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. That's what Wernher von Braun put on his tombstone. Out of here. That's a deathbed confessional right there. That's a death.
Well,
the guy who faked 6 moon missions put that shit on his tombstone.
Oh my God! Is the structure above a conceived as a vast solid dome?
That's deep.
And that's what Wernher von Braun put on his tombstone, dude. Come on.
Aaron, that looks like the
There's an underworld too. There's an underworld right there.
They're lying to us about space, man. That's I'll never go back to it.
What is on the other side of the dome?
Heaven of the heavens. That's what it says.
What is that?
No one knows. You know, people say, well, where's the proof of flat earth? Like, dude, we're not the ones with all the NASA $18 billion budget. You know what I mean? We don't have to prove shit. You have to prove what you should ram down our throats as children. You know what I mean? All we're doing is breaking down what you're saying. We don't have to prove. You know, we don't have any equipment. We can't. How are we going to prove it? But you know one thing that we can prove that I know for sure is that most of the Earth is water, right?
Yeah.
70-80%.
Yeah.
And water always finds its level, man. The only thing that's holding them together is the theory of gravity. No proof. All that's proof is this is more dense than the medium around it. What about a helium balloon? Helium balloon ain't going to go down. It goes up. But it defied gravity? No. Helium is less dense than the air around it. So it rises. You drop a boulder in the ocean, it sinks right to the ground. You drop a beach ball in the ocean, it stays right there at the top. Air in that ball is less dense than the water. Gravity is so strong that it's holding oceans stuck to a ball, but it can't hold a helium balloon. Water always finds its level, and water always conforms to the interior of a container, not the exterior of a container. So all that, like we're on a ball and the oceans are conforming to the outside of the ball, and then there's this mystical, magical, powerful force, gravity, holding it together. So wait a minute, we got inertia that's trying to fling the water off the ball as it spins 1,000 miles an hour, but then the gravity is fighting. There's a battle between the inertia and the gravity. But there's no sign of this battle.
Thank you, Bino, for the video. This comment says there's a correlation to white women having to actually do domestic work and the rise of convenience food. They always needed help. Oh, yeah. Like slave in a box. Oh, y'all ain't know about slave in a box?
I don't even know what that
is.
Here.
Come look at this here. Side note, y'all have seen these. We haven't even gotten to these. Like all of these in there. Oh, okay. Oh, she a reader. Right on top. Great. In 1888, the Pearl Milling Company created a self-rising brand of pancake mix. And to promote it, they used an image from old vaudeville and minstrel show posters. And they named her Aunt Jemima. And to further market it, particularly in the 1950s, when white middle-class households first started losing domestic labor, they started marketing it as slave in a box because the pancakes, the hot cakes, the whole cakes, whatever you want to call them, they came out so good it was like having a slave right in your kitchen. So to the trad wives making the Little House on the Prairie content, blaming feminism for why they have to go to work, a better concept to criticize is capitalism. Because after the fall of free or cheap domestic labor, instead of trying to become more active participants in the community that is your household, they decided to be hyper-capitalists instead and create a bunch of products to fill those gaps. Automatic washers, dryers, dishwashers. That plus that cute little invention called the microwave, baby! Yeah, baby. We also get a bunch of convenience food, which are just hastily modified versions of old family recipes they stole from the black and brown domestic workers. Thank you, Paige, for the video.
Canola oil for our fried chicken and things like this, or either we'll get the vegetable oil. These are the only two oils that I ever use. for frying foods. But along the way, I learned that these oils lead to weight gain because they're heavily processed. Do yourself a favor. You could YouTube search process of making canola oil and see for yourself. Our bodies don't break these oils down just because they're not natural. Our bodies aren't compatible. So I made the switch. The first thing I made a switch to was like a olive oil. Yeah. Any one of these olive oils that fit my budget. But, you know, you could use a coconut oil, avocado oil. A natural oil made a big difference, and I noticed weight started coming off me. My name is Jabez El Israel. I lost 100 pounds, still eating the foods that I like to eat. I was still eating fried chicken. I just started using a different oil. I wrote this book to explain how I lost the weight, still eating what I like. You know, I was eating pasta, bread, rice, all of that. If you got to go to lose weight, these books will help. We also did a family cookbook full of recipes that fit these principles. We're doing a sale. I
don't think y'all understand how much y'all sending in videos like this has truly changed my life. I've never delved into, you know, foods that you shouldn't eat, stuff that we can't break down, like when it comes to our bodies and stuff. And when you guys send me these videos, they really truly do something, because I got into this because when y'all send these videos and I keep hearing it over and over, it's like, I can't be eating this. I can't be drinking this. I can't be snacking on this. I have to make better alternatives. Hearing all this stuff and just making these changes, it's little stuff like that that will go such a long way. Health is truly wealth, and really changing what you put into your body, into this vessel, will do such a significant difference just by changing the little things, because the stuff that they have that we've grown up on, we should have been dead. I'm not gonna lie. Like the stuff that we cook with and all the ingredients and the processed stuff, they're trying to kill us. When you really look into the stuff that they're putting in, it's like, wow, it does not take all that to make this. But long story short, I'm just saying, I love videos like this because it has truly shifted something in me to where now my whole eating habits is changing. Y'all gonna see. Y'all just look. Y'all go. This is probably gonna be like the last time y'all gonna see the acne and whatever the case is, because I'm coming off all this stuff. And I'm telling y'all this now so that y'all can see when it happens. It's like, oh my God, what did you do? Don't worry, I'll tell you. It's majority of the videos that we watch. And I'm taking all these videos, I'm taking heed to them, and I'm applying what I'm learning in these videos, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Orlandis, for the video.
Just when you let your guard down, you learn that the toilet paper that you've been using your whole life is full of some of the most toxic chemicals on the face of the planet. Let's talk about it. First of all, you really need to ask yourself, what does this toilet paper come from? It comes from wood. What color is wood? It's brown. And then you really should ask yourself, what is this that I'm wiping up inside the most absorbent part of my body? It's called chemical pulp. This is how they make your toilet paper. And how are they making your toilet paper so pretty white? They're using bleach, man. They're using toxic chlorine bleach. Really, how do they make this beautiful white paper that we wipe up on our butt all day so gentle and soft? What do you know? They're using formaldehyde. Are we really that surprised? They use some of the most toxic compounds in the planet on all of the products that they got us using in and on our body. Doesn't stop there. They got the PFAS, another toxin to avoid. What the hell are PFAS? They are called forever chemicals. That means they come into our body and they don't leave. We need to understand, when we bioaccumulate these chemicals in our body, it is destruction to our human anatomy. It is destroying our DNA. It is altering everything inside of us, and it is changing us as people in slow but sure, definite ways.
Toilet paper may be a significant source of PFAS in wastewater treatment systems, according to a study by researchers from the University of Florida. The team tested toilet paper products sold in Africa, the Americas, and Europe, as well as sewage samples from 8 wastewater treatment plants in Florida, and found that non-organic toilet paper and products made from recycled fibers were major sources of forever chemicals.
The fact checkers, go check this one out. These studies are all over the place, so it's really just about which website you want to say is legible and which one is not. I really don't care, because when you look this stuff up, it's all around you, and it's really not a surprise. These toxins are at every single angle. You have to pay attention.
You said
this is somewhat of a war, not of flesh and blood, but it is a chemical warfare.
You mean to tell me not even toilet paper Y'all got me with the oils. Y'all got me with the chips. Y'all got me with the processed foods. Y'all got me with the waters. Y'all got me with the meats. Toilet paper is now added to that list. Thank you, Eric, for the video.
Y'all dead falling for this. It's 2024 and we're talking about Dan Schneider and Diddy. Things that we have been new since 2020. They are laughing at y'all, thinking, oh, the elites is finally getting exposed. No, they are the ones making this public. Just like how y'all thought that Ryan Garcia and Cat Williams was exposing something, they haven't said a single thing that we don't already know. 2024 talking about the Bohemian Grove and Hollywood being corrupted. Who the doesn't know that? I need y'all to understand the elites is very, very smart. They are hiding more things that your brain can't even handle. When you see celebrities exposing the elites, just know that it's the tip of the iceberg. They are allowing them to do that. All of this is distractions. Do y'all not understand how much celebrities are doing worse than both of them? These are just the puppets used to promote the distraction. Nothing is going to happen to them. Everybody thinks they're onto something and the elites is getting exposed, but this is a part of their plan. They would never tell y'all the real shit that's going on, the shit that actually matters. Talking about dresses and humiliation rituals. What difference does that make in anybody's life? They know exactly what they are doing. Please stop falling for this shit and focus on yourself. Everything promoted in the media is a distraction. I love y'all.
Thank you, Bino, for the video.
You have the right, if you're a citizen of the United States of America, to claim unappropriated lands. So I claimed $1 million piece right next to a casino. Boulder Highway, Las Vegas. We still have it. What we did was we took the guy's mining claim. He had been red tagged on Monday. They gave him till Friday to vacate. And the BLM told him, we're going to clean off your property with semi-trucks and wreckers. We're going to bring out loaders and forklifts, and you're out of here. He didn't want to go. So we had a deed, a quitclaim deed, and we sold the property from his dead name in all capital letters as he claimed it as a U.S. citizen to his real name in upper and lower case with a comma or semicolon between the middle and last name. And it said that for consideration of $21, that he is selling his rights to the new claimant who claims the land pursuant to his birthright of God, pursuant to the common law. And if anybody has a problem with this new title or ownership, we demand a Seventh Amendment trial. That was put right on the face of this contract. Well, the minute you record the document, you give it back to the phony United States corporation. All you people do not own your own homes. That's why they put the transfer stamp on your deeds. They charge you a transfer stamp when they sell you the property. And they take a photocopy of the original before they send it back to you, showing their corporate seal on your deed, and the fact that you got a receipt showing that you paid your transfer fee, transferring the legal ownership to them. But you're all equitable owners. And just to make sure that you don't own your property, they put the first 4 words in every paragraph in all capital letters to make sure that you don't really have a title. And they drop the word absolute from your legal description. And to make sure you stay in statutory satanic venue, they give you a statutory title like tenant in common. They know what they're doing. The International Monetary Fund, of course, they fund all the abortion clinics all over the world. Let's talk about some more fraud. All the laws passed since Abe Lincoln are not laws. The United States Code will spell it out for you. All you got to do is look. Open the front cover of the United States Code. You know what it says? It'll list all the laws. Now, the ones that go before Abe Lincoln that the bankers liked, they brought forward. And they call those positive laws. And under the index page, there's little asterisks right there in front of some of the laws. And if you look down below, it says positive law. Positive law is the only law that's been passed. See how ugly this is getting?
Yeah.
There is no conspiracy. It's right there in plain view for those who can see. The Bible says those that have eyes will see. Those that have ears will hear. But everybody walks around with their blinders on. If that makes any sense.
David has a doctorate in naturopathy. He was politically active. He discussed issues involving federal tax law. He was a popular guy making more money than he'd ever seen, traveling the world and involved with his family. Why would he possibly try to hire 9 different people to commit murder? Answer: the FBI fabricated the whole crime, and the prosecutor and the judge went along with the KGB-style show trial, all of them violating their oaths of office.
Well, David's been in prison now 9.5 years. And a large part of that, I understand, was in solitary confinement.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. First 2 years before he was charged with murder for hire, he was in solitary confinement.
For 2 years?
2 years. Freezing. It was cold. They wouldn't even give him enough ample clothes. And David is in a solitary confinement where even he would try to get the attention of the guard to have human contact. And they would slip the food in, and then he wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. But he was entitled to 1 telephone call a month. Give him a mat to sleep on that was approximately a ½ inch thick, and treated him like he was a pariah.
No presumption of innocence.
No, absolutely
You're
not.
saying that he was held 2 years in maximum security prison before he was even charged?
Before he was charged. They had him there on the initial accusations of not paying taxes, which in itself was fraud, because David gave them a power of attorney to charge anything that they felt that they were entitled to. But that wasn't adequate. They wanted him in jail in Boise, Idaho, and while he was down there, they put him in with the child molester and called him a child molester. And they get special abuse if they're child molested from the other prisoners.
Right.
So that was the rumor they spread around right from the very beginning.
Hold. I just want to know if I heard that correctly. This man was in solitary confinement for not paying federal taxes. Did I hear that right? I just want to make sure before I make any assumption in my head that that was what was said. It was a long video and it was on Instagram Reels, and I don't know how to play back videos on there, but I just want to make sure y'all heard. Are we hearing the same thing?
Your average person doesn't know anything about a solar generator or that they even exist. They're 100% silent. You never have to put gas in them. You never have to put oil in them. It's totally free. You don't have to worry about mechanical breakdowns or anything with a gas-powered generator, and I'm going to show you how to build one. Once you get this built, you never have to sink another dime in it, and it'll provide power and produce power for your home, your RV, whatever you need, forever.
Well, I'm all
First thing I
ears.
want to do is explain to you what a solar generator is. Basically, something like this is a solar generator. You buy these off the store. They're no good. Don't waste your money on them. So this right here is a 5,000 watt-hour solar generator and everything you need to build it. Now, I've got less than $1,500, maybe $1,600 in this. If you go online, the cheapest one I found that's even comparable that holds 3,000 watt-hours is from Tractor Supply. It's $4,000. They go all the way up to $10,000, $15,000. You don't need to do that. Build your own. That way you can make it the way you want it, and it'll have a lot more power for a lot less money, and you can spend your money either building another one or somewhere else that you need it. First things first. Your generator power and output is going to be based on your batteries. I have 4 lithium LiFePO4 1250 watt hour 100 watt batteries. So that puts me at 400 watts at 5,000 watt hours of capacity. I don't have time to go into this video on explaining that. Google University. Let's start here. The first thing you're going to do is establish how you want to run this, how you want to power this. I'm going to use solar power, but you can use anything that puts out 12-volt power. You can use, like I said yesterday, a hydroelectric dam, a windmill, vehicle alternator hooked up to a squirrel in a cage, whatever you want to do. You can also plug them into your house. All you need is to go from whatever your house is down to 12-volt AC. You can buy inverters that'll do that. But you put various different plugs on the outside of your box. You can put cigarette lighter plugs. You can put anything you want to put to charge these batteries. I'm going to do solar, so I'm going to use a charge controller that's going to convert my solar panels into charging these batteries. Okay, now we're going to get to where you're going to put power out to whatever kind of device you have. You have to do your own research. It would take me hours to explain this. I'll do more videos in the future. Just hit the comments and I'll answer your questions best I can through videos. But once you get these batteries hooked up, you're going to run them to a power inverter like this. Red on positive, black on negative, super, super simple. Now this thing plugs in. You can plug any kind of household device, refrigerators, freezers, whatever you want to plug into it, and that's going to be your power right there. Bigger inverter, it's also a pure sine wave inverter. Most of your new household items need certain balances of electricity. Just go to Google University. If you got any questions, hit the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, but for time purposes, I'm going to move on. Some of these inverters are going to have where you can hook direct 110 wire to them and run your little plug. That's pretty cool. They've also got these plugs right here where you can just plug a device straight into them. So now let's get to different cords. Over here, I've got different cords. These are going to run RVs, different types of RVs. There's a 50 amp one. There's another 50 amp one. I've got a 30 amp one right here. and it runs out into a regular plug, you just buy the plugs you need. See, here's another 30 amp one. So I can plug this into my inverter over there, plug my RV into it, bada bing, bada boom. I've got power.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I'm moving fast because of time. If you got any questions, hit the comment.
Step of making makeup.
Who wearing makeup? Y'all beautiful without it. Whoa, this made out of fish.
First step of making makeup.
This is cap. Hold on. Wait a whole minute. Y'all putting fish on your face? The worker recorded what he claims is the first step of making makeup, where it seems to have a moving conveyor belt, which is loaded with what looks like fish byproduct. Someone says, I've been working for a makeup company for 10 plus, and the stuff that they do to make all these products is outrageous. Let me break it down for y'all, ...
Standard households, yeah. Okay. That you can power with one machine.
So where's the energy coming from?
Well, harnessing it straight away from the natural energy that God has just put in the earth, on our earth. Yeah, the radio frequency.
Amidst the excitement of seeing this for the first time, a couple of strangers showed up on the site
Maxwell?
where we were being shown these devices. And Maxwell, the inventor, took us aside as soon as he could and said, these guys are from the government, and I didn't know they were coming.
The microphone we had on Maxwell picked up the conversation that he had with one of the officials. So we quickly got the tape translated and found out that the government official was promising Maxwell a power purchase agreement where the government would pay him for generating energy for the country. Although Maxwell didn't trust him because the government had already put him in prison in an effort to steal his technology.
Thank you, Mike, for the video.
The governor of New York just announced her new initiative to teach school children media literacy.
This will teach students and even teachers to help understand how to spot conspiracy theories and misinformation, disinformation, and online hate.
And of course, what this really means is they'll be teaching young people that truth comes from authority, which is the #1 lesson taught in public schools. That everything the media reports is true and any deviation in thought is a hateful conspiracy theory. They should be teaching our kids the difference between a primary and secondary source, the different logical fallacies so they could identify manipulations in news articles, like how to spot an appeal to authority. And the kids should be filling out discernment charts. I know and how I know. I think I know and why I think that. I heard and where I can look. Well, I created a fake newspaper and our students have been doing just that. They're identifying the different type of sources cited or not cited in the news articles, scanning the news articles for logical fallacies, and filling out discernment charts based on that sourcing. Because I'm pretty sure Governor Whitner's part of a conspiracy to prevent our kids from learning how to think and learning how to question. It's all part of the latest course I've been teaching. Check out my private homeschool community. The book I wrote on the congressionally documented history of fake news and other Cubs to Bears books.
Hey, he's smart.
The way media literacy is taught in schools gets to the crux of how generation after generation of American has been indoctrinated.
I know y'all wondering, he was like, why did you say he's smart? His books was teaching something, but how he did it was he put bears and little cute things in front of the book so that you're basically distracted by that. It's like, oh, it's just a cute little bear, but this man is really saying something in those books. That's very smart.
All right, good one, guys. And remember, the customer is always right in matters of taste. What's that? Well, that's the full quote. The customer is always right in matters of taste, which kind of more means that they can buy whatever they want, even if it's ugly or crappy, than workers having to do whatever they say. Really? Apparently. Jesus, you're right. Has everyone just cut that quote in half to justify service workers putting up with crappy behaviour? Yeah. Well, there you go.
Thank you, Mike, for the video.
So the last video I posted about Mark Zuckerberg's compound and underground bunker, I got some pretty juicy intel that I think you're going to want to hear. I had a friend that wishes to stay anonymous message me after he saw that video. He said, I just met a builder at a bar that showed me everything he's been doing. He built a very similar compound for Jeff Bezos out in New Mexico. Soundproofing, concrete reinforced walls, all the shit. These guys all know something huge is about to happen. Dude said he's got a fully self-sustaining hydroponic system and like a fleet of Ford Raptors all bulletproofed out with his own private mercenary security, etc. I tried to swap cards with him because I'm a contractor too, but he said he'd made so much in the last 2 years, he's way retired. The pics were insane. He had videos of rockets launching from his 5,000-acre compound, re-entering the atmosphere and landing back, and they recover it. We really are all, you know. The walls were 30-inch thick reinforced concrete with like 2-inch thick steel walls. I saw the photos from foundation to complete. The hole they dug was enormous. They had to blow it out with dynamite and use mining equipment, hundreds of concrete trucks, cranes, so much it was insane.
Did he tell this
I can
man all
only
this
imagine the
information?
cost, hundreds of millions. All top secret too. He couldn't tell me exact location. They sent him to a debrief for several weeks when the 2.5-year contract was completed. Please keep me anonymous, but yeah, I left that night with a very worried feeling about what's going to unfold in the next 10 years by some pew-pews. I think I might turn this into a series and start digging a lot deeper into who else is preparing for whatever it is they're preparing for. Definitely seems like they know something is coming.
Y'all can run, y'all can make bunkers, y'all can dig to the deepest of the deepest, but you can't hide. Cause I don't know, y'all doing all this, y'all acting like y'all acting like the creator, the one that made the universe, can't get to the root of where y'all going. But y'all doing this for what? Doing this to save their life. But what are you trying to save your life from? Leave the World Behind. That movie really, it was the icing on the cake for me. But Leave the World Behind, that's really what they're doing. And in particular, the last 5 minutes of the movie, when that girl, y'all should see it by now. I'm not giving out no spoiler. Y'all should have seen the movie. When that little girl finds that house and they had a whole bunker and wasn't even there for it. They left because they got word from somebody else. Y'all got to get out. It's that time. So they had a whole bunker, but left because they were given the word of it's time to leave. So y'all building bunkers and doing all this. Like I said, you can run, but you can't hide from Yahuwah. Thank you, Brian, for the video. Watch this.
I saw a really interesting video the other day that said that in 1983, making $30,000 a year is equivalent to 2024 making $164,000 a year. So our parents grew up comfortably on $30,000 a year, very comfortably. And we have to make $164,000 a year just to live the same way that our parents lived in 1983. I think that stat really shows how much inflation has impacted everyone. And it makes a lot of sense now why no one can afford shit. Because making $30,000 a year in 1983 was sufficient because eggs were like 50 cents, maybe even 20 cents. And now it's like $9 for a can of 12. So although the price of everything in your life has gone up, car insurance, rent, groceries, food, everything, the price of everything has gone up, wages have not. And that's a huge problem because now 90% of people are living paycheck to paycheck in the U.S. And that stat really puts it into perspective.
I'm going to go ahead and end it there on that lovely video just because that man made my entire night. But that is so true. I said in the video, inflation was and still is a silent killer. The fact that 30K was 164K like in today's time is crazy. Because y'all was living. That's how y'all was able to have all them houses, them cars, them babies, that food. Y'all was living large. 2024 we're straight. You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. Because 30K, when I tell you 30K, that's like $1. 30K a year? Inflation is a silent killer. That is crazy. And he said it because y'all eggs was like 30 cents. I remember when I went to the store and a carton of eggs was, I think they were like $7, $8. I said, oh no, I won't be eating on eggs this month because that's ridiculous. Because I remember eggs were like $1 and something. And I'm saying $1. He said 30 cents. Then at one point, gas in California was tweaking. Gas in California was about almost a cool $10. I said, oh, wow. You would see people that would come home with $100 worth of groceries. $100 of groceries now at Target is a shirt, some conditioner, and a video game. Times is different, y'all. Times is different. Go ahead and end it there, y'all. I love today's videos. Y'all are going in. I appreciate you guys. Like I said in the previous video, I am reacting to the stuff that you guys have been previously sending in. I'm trying to catch up because it was people that was sending a lot of stuff when I was on my 3-month hiatus. not by choice. And then there's people that have been sending stuff because they have found me after the hiatus. So I'm looking at the month of April. I'm in the month, which is now. So I'm reacting to all the videos that are new. And then eventually I'll kind of just go back. I'll just add the old with the new, old with the new. So we'll do stuff like that. But all the videos are up to date so far. Y'all caught the merch, shopperkyy.com. The link is in the description down below. Copy some merch that is glorifying, it's edifying, it's positive messages on the body. All esteem, all glory, all honor, all kabod goes to my Lord Yahuwah, my Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach for blessing me with everything as whole. I'm just a vessel that they work in and through, so I gotta give credit and honor where it is due. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth.